Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have an away game against St Pauli, and then we follow it up with a tough game against promotion-chasing Magdeburg. As you can see, we're still sat in second place. We've not been doing too bad in relation to form. However, we are in a bit of a rut at the moment where we just can't seem to win away from home. Since we've had the restart, home games, absolutely fantastic. We beat Elversberg and Kaiserslautern, and obviously you were with us for the Hamburg and FC and SC Verl games. We won at home against Braunschweig and at home against Duisburg, but we drew 0-0 away at Hanover. That's the best result we've had away from home. And it was a bit of a nothing game. There was two highlights in the whole of that match, believe it or not. And yeah, it's just a bit of a strange one for us at the minute away from home. But at home, we are doing the job, and it is keeping us up there. We had to pay out some bonus clauses between those two matches as well, as we're officially safe from relegation. And obviously that was where the squad, well, I say the squad, where the club should have been initially this season, challenging to stay away from relegation. So we've done that with what, 8 games to spare, and we are in a title race. We need to win games like this though against St. Pauli. We're away from home, and like I say, away form isn't our best uh, tr- our, our best trait at the moment. So hopefully we can go out there and get a result. In terms of goal scoring, we're not doing too bad, but strikers again just struggling a little bit. But both Efekan and Beerith have ended their goal droughts. They're struggling to find that consistency and scoring regularly. We've got Alavon in goal today with Hugo, Kwanzaa, Kobold and Jimenez at the back, Burnich, Vanitsek and Hodge in the midfield with Bergzorg, Tachi and Beerith as the front three. Hopefully we can get the job done. Like I say, we've got a few youngsters in the reserves there, but the bench is just a normal shake-up. Elias Becker's a man that I want to keep really, but he's still causing some ructions, so we have gone in to sign another young left back to bring in on a reasonable price, I might add as well, but it could mean that either Becker or Hugo end up leaving. I don't want to lose Hugo either, but we'll have to see how things go. We've not really been particularly good against St. Pauli in recent fixtures, to be honest, but I am hopeful that today we can do a little bit better, and we'll just have to see how we get on. Rish here straight away with a throw in an attacking position. Kemline into Belstein. Now Rish again. Good tackle by Hodge, but he couldn't complete the challenge. And Alavwan with a very good claim there. He ended up out for a couple of days with a bit of a flu and vice deputised in goal for that game against Hanover, in which we drew 0-0. So not too bad. And we've had a bit of a flu go through the camp, to be quite honest. Quite a number of our players have ended up ill in recent weeks, but hopefully we're coming out the other side of that now and we can really focus in on our performances. Jimenez with the delivery, and Bergzorg was there just over the bar. Really good effort there. Bergzorg, we've transfer listed, by the way. He wants to explore options at the end of his contract. He's not training very well either. He seems to have just let all of his standards slip, and he's not interested in signing a new deal. He probably would be if we got promoted, of course, but I don't want players that don't want to be here, to be honest. So Tachi's gone down there. There was not really much of a sign of any contact, and that could be a serious injury for him. And St. Pauli continued to push forward with Kemline, plays it in, and Holoback was there. Adewumi was there, but Alavan makes a save. I'm hoping that Tachi hasn't taken a big knock, but he's just had a knock on his knee. He's okay, though. It's only a bruising. So he will be able to carry on. St. Pauli with the one shot so far, and it was on target. We've had 6 attempts at goal now, not on target. I'm not entirely sure how we can get our conversion rate any better. We're really struggling in front of goal at the minute, like I say, and it's a bit of a concern, to be honest, especially away from home. We're not looking particularly confident at all. So hopefully we can get off to a good start at the start of the second half. Here's Burnich into Kobold. Forward to Hodge. Now Vanitsek. Into Tachi. Still carrying that knock. It's only a bit of bruising though, so hopefully he'll be alright to just carry on. And he's done well to beat his man there. Lays it inside to Vanitsek, who takes a nice touch and strikes it superbly. That's a really good finish for his 5th of the season. Again, he's not scored for a while either, and he is our veteran midfielder. He is 35 this year, but we did sign him on for an extra 2-year contract. So he will probably retire at potentially with us. I'm not too sure whether I'd end up selling him or not. Um, in the process of all this as well, we've had job offers come in. I think I told you in the previous episode about the Austrian side that were interested in us. We actually got approached by Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga, which would have been a big, big job. But I've decided to stay where I am. I'm really involved here with Karlsruhe, and we are doing extremely well, in my opinion. And we're building something quite special. We've been linked with a takeover as well, which the links didn't last very long, admittedly, but there's a lot happening at this football club at the minute, and we've just we're along for the ride. Basically, we'll see how things go in the future. Of course, here is Val, just holding on to it, lays it back to Vasij in goal for St Pauli, and now Val again into Njo. Karamo. That's a poor pass back, and Beerith is in. He's around the keeper, and that is a nice goal from Micah Beerith. Really good play from him. He got onto it, finished it really well, in fact, very calmly as well for a man that's really struggling, like I say, to get consistency in his goal scoring at the moment. Karamo with a shocking pass, and Beerith beat the keeper to it. Just a touch to go around him and knocked into the bottom corner. 2-0. And we're heading for our first away win since the second half of the season began, which is certainly going to be a bonus for us. Hopefully, we don't mess it up from here. We have done so before, and we've had some very close games against St. Pauli in the past as well, so we've got to be careful. Hugo doing well to win the challenge off Karamo. Now Kwanzaa into Burnage. Now Vanitsek. Bit of a lazy pass from him. He had an easier pass into the centre on, and that's played through to Burkle, and it's his 22nd of the season, Felix Burkle. What a goal scorer he's proving to be. I don't think he was offside, in all honesty. Yeah, goal awarded. It's 2-1. We've immediately been pegged back a minute after Beerith's goal. And they've had the same number of shots on target. We've had 3 times the attempts at goal. And like I say, again, we're just really struggling to get that conversion rate in front of goal at the moment. Here's Vanitsek into Hugo. Now Burnage into Bergzorg. Joe Hodge. It's a big deflection off Afolayan, but it doesn't matter. It's his 3rd goal since arriving in January, and he's really settled into our midfield, Joe Hodge. He's done extremely well, if I do say so myself. And at 3-1, our 2-goal lead has been restored once again. And we are going to have to make some changes. We're struggling for fitness with 1 or 2 players. We're going to get Christopher Olsen on in midfield. We'll get Mohamed Bayer on, in fact. We'll put Olsen on for Burnage. Bergzorg is struggling. So Oyen can come on, and Kelly is going to come on as well for Tachi, who's still carrying that knock, of course. We'll leave the last substitution for now, I think. But I think certainly taking Vanitsek off, he's had a good game. I think it's wise to take him off. He's on that yellow card. And Tachi, of course, carrying that knock. An assist for both of them, though. It's probably one of the better games that we've seen them have in recent weeks. Afolayan with a delivery, and there is Kemlight's header. Poor marking again from us defensively, but we got away with it. And we have been by far the better team today, but it's just not quite. I don't know. I feel like there's something just not quite there. Afolayan there smashing the crossbar with a free kick, and Alavoin making the claim. But the scoreline looks more comfortable than it has been, in all honesty. But we need to get more shots on target. We have to, really. Here is Kelly into Olsen. That's a nice play into Hodge, and now Micah Beerith. That's a good effort from Beerith, and it actually hit the back of the net. I thought, yeah, the stanchion at the back of the goal, sorry. And I thought that was another goal there, but say it was a bit deceiving. Becker came on for the last couple of minutes as well. Nothing much for him to do. But a very good 3-1 win. 3 shots on target and 3 goals. But we had 17 shots. and only 3 on target, so it is a little bit concerning still. Nuremberg are our closest rivals at the minute, but Magdeburg are there. If we can get a result against Magdeburg, I think it pretty much puts them out of the running. Same with Union Berlin, if they struggle to pick up a result. Schalke and Braunschweig, maybe even Bayern as well, they're still within touching distance of a playoff. So, be interesting to see how we do. But we remain 3 points behind Paderborn, but more importantly, with 3 points ahead still of Nuremberg. So, automatic promotion is still very much a possibility. And if we can get a good win at home against Magdeburg, we will be looking pretty strong, I think. A bruised knee, he's only out for a day or two, so that isn't too bad. And we've actually got 2 weeks until that home game against Magdeburg. So I'm going to get through that, and we'll come back for that very important league game. I'll probably set up a friendly in the middle of it. It's during an international break, I believe. So we'll get a friendly in there, and it'll, it'll just mean that we can rotate a little bit and give some of the players that are lacking a bit of confidence some game time as well. And fingers crossed, we can keep up this run of form. Okay then, guys, here we go for the game against Magdeburg. They've actually dropped down to 5th in the table, but there is another big game happening today. Nuremberg are facing Braunschweig. That could be a really big game in the context of Nuremberg's season as well as Braunschweig's. A win for them will give them another opportunity to chase that playoff place. A win for Nuremberg would extend a gap potentially over some of that chasing pack. Union Berlin are playing Darmstadt as well. Again, it's a big game for Union Berlin. So some big games today, but we'll see how we're getting on. The only little bit of news is Saric, the youngster. He's only 17. He has made his senior debut for Bosnia. We have certainly got a player on in him for sure, and looking forward to be using him a little bit more in the future. And in terms of how things are going to go, usual setup, pretty much the usual starting 11 as well, apart from Oyen is in ahead of Bergzog, who took a knock on international duty, so he is missing out today. We played the couple of friendlies as well. We won a game away from home from 2-0 down, came back to win 3-2. In the home game, we won 6-1. And we played a lot of our backup players in those two friendlies, and we did quite well overall. And it was good to see Kelly getting on the score sheet. He bagged a couple of goals, as did Efekan. So positive signs, but we go into this league game hoping for another good result, and fingers crossed we can get it. It's going to be a big game, this one. It's going to be tough for sure. Magdeburg will probably be thinking that they have to win this to keep within touching distance, to be honest. But if we get a win here, I think it will certainly put us right in and amongst the promotion race, to be honest. We're right in there anyway, but if we can get victories in games like this, it would be really positive signs, I think. And hopefully, we can get off to a good start in this match following that away win against St. Pauli as well. Here's Jimenez into Hodge, back to Jimenez, now Burnage, now Vanitsek. That's a lovely switch of play. Hugo, bit of a heavy touch, but he's tried to get the ball in, and Seka manages to clear. They are trying to chase it out, but Kwanzaa is very much there to pick it up. Burnich into Hugo. Good skill from him to take it away from the challenge, and Burnich finds Tachi. That's a lovely switch of play. Oyen couldn't get there, and the header. Well, I thought it was a header from Numbisi, but by the looks of it, there's a call for an handball here. It seems like a bit of a strange one. And it's going to be a penalty review. And the penalty's been awarded. What a big error from the Magdeburg defender. And we have an opportunity to take the lead here. It seemed a bit something and nothing. But Vanitsek here with the opportunity, and Vanitsek taking that opportunity. A very good penalty. His 6th of the campaign into the bottom corner. He sent the keeper the wrong way. A very convincing penalty, I might add, to be honest. Very good finish indeed. Straight into the bottom corner. Like I say, sent the keeper the wrong way. And we are ahead. That is a big start from our point of view. and Nuremberg currently at 0-0 with Braunschweig. Likewise, Union Berlin against Darmstadt. And like I say, if we can win and Nuremberg and Union Berlin drop points, I think we really are going to be in a good position, especially if Nuremberg drop points. It'll give us a little bit more of a cushion ahead of them as we continue to chase down Paderborn for that top spot. They have grown into the game a bit, Magdeburg. They've had a couple of attempts on target now out of 3 shots at goal. We've not been too creative. We've just had a little bit of a flurry in front of goal. But at half time, thanks to that Van Itsek penalty, we have a 1-goal lead. And let's hope we can push on from that in the second half. Nuremberg have just taken the lead against Braunschweig, and so have Union Berlin against Darmstadt. Manzari scoring for Nuremberg and Kili for Union Berlin. We've really picked ourselves up here. 65% possession. We're really looking good on the ball today. But again, going forward, we just seem to be lacking. And Luca Oyen, again, not putting in a good performance. He's one of them players that he's asking a little bit more for game time. Whenever we're playing him, he's not performing. Braunschweig are ahead, I've just seen, against Nuremberg. 2 goals in quick succession from them. And that could be a big blow in Nuremberg's race, chasing goals. Hugo into Oyen, and now Micah Beerith. It's a good save, that from Ryman. And that really could have given us a bit more of a comfort going into these last 10 minutes. Burnich here with the corner, swings it in toward the far post. It's headed clear by Mühl. It's picked up by Cobalt into Tachi, back to Cobalt again. Now Hugo, I think he was offside, and he was. And we're just going to pause there. We are going to make a couple of substitutions. Luke Oyen, again, he's been poor. Bergzorg can come on. He's not particularly, in fact, no, he won't. We'll get Arnaud on for him. He's not made a senior appearance yet, I don't think, Arnaud, but he comes here today. And Hodge, we're going to bring off, and we're going to get Christopher Olsen on for him, just to keep that experience on in the midfield. Alex Jimenez hasn't had a good game today. Rodrigo Gonçalves isn't in the squad again, which is a bit of an oversight, really. So Becker can come on. Hugo will take off as well for Senad Saric. And I think, to be honest, Kelly can come on for Beerith as well. Bit of a risk doing all 5 changes with such little time left, but I feel that we're in a reasonably strong position, even though it is only at 1-0. Nuremberg have just conceded again, 88th minute, 3-2 now in that game. Here's Bogard. Alawi plays it to that side, and Tachi getting there ahead of Kabar. Plays it back to Alavon. And now Conde to Kabar. I really hope these substitutions haven't made the difference. And there is the goal. I think Seka, who the ball was played to before Alawi, may have been offside. I'm praying that's going to be the case. And it is. We remain with that 1-goal lead, having made all them changes, of course. We might have just scuppered our chance a little, but we've held on for the 3 points. That is a huge 3 points for us. And the disallowed goal at the end, a couple of the youngsters coming on, getting us through the final minutes just. But that is a big, big result. And overall, a couple of poor performances, but we've got there in the end. And we're 6 points ahead of Nuremberg, who lost 3-2 to Braunschweig. An 88th minute winner from them puts them within 3 points of Nuremberg now. And Magdeburg have now dropped down to 7th place following that, because Union Berlin also won against Darmstadt. So a lot of influence happening between those sides chasing Nuremberg, but we're sat 6 points clear of them now. So we've got a bit more of a cushion. But Paderborn, with that game in hand, I'm not too sure who they play, but it's going to be a very close fight to the end of the season, I think. Speaking of which, there's actually only 6 games left in the season. We know what we've got to do. We've just got to keep winning matches, and hopefully we can get the job done. But in terms of schedule, in terms of the games we've got to play, we've got Darmstadt, Weyern, Hansa Rostock and Kiel, which we'll get through off camera. But then we have to play Schalke away and Paderborn at home to end the season. Those 2 games could determine a title. This could be a big, big end of the season. As you can see, obviously, we're doing well again. We've picked up the wins that we need, and we are on track to potentially challenge Paderborn. It could come down to that last game of the season. We will wait and see. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time for a potential title challenge. This is Big Will, signing away.